Let's start with an inhale and then a let's do it a couple of times. Inhaling. Inhale. Inhale. And as we start, let's just move a little bit left, a little bit right over our butts, over our sit bones, just over one side to the other, adding a little bit of movement. As we add this little bit of movement, we invite ourselves to be here. Give ourselves this hour of time to heal, really. Time to integrate ourselves, maybe from all of the fragmentation that we've experienced today. So coming back to center. My phone has this little reminder that I have like an old, some Chinese old phone that works really well. And it has this little button every once in a while. I have to press the app to defragment my phone. And I always think of defragmentation is really wholeness, right? So how do we come into wholeness? And so at the end of the day, we're kind of pressing that defragmenting process, right? Coming back to wholeness. So let's rock forward and back. As you do, find your breath. That's the coming into wholeness. Instead of just little parts, little pieces. All of ourselves here, back and forth, just rocking back and forth. Maybe you were rocked as a child. Maybe you still have memories of being rocked as a child. I do. I still remember that rocking chair. Both my mom and my dad. And we rock back and forth, remembering and reconstituting ourselves. Noticing that the word remembering is really about the body. It's putting the members back together again, coming into wholeness. So we come back and we sit up. We take our seat, our easy seat. We notice the breath. We take our hand, whichever hand you like, left or right, doesn't really matter. Just tap the ground under you. And with that gesture, just remind yourself, hey, this is your birthright. You belong. Wholeness is our birthright. And it's not that we have to work at wholeness, it's just that we have to notice it. And maybe take out those things that are obscuring the wholeness. Nonetheless, that's work in a way, right? Taking off the obscurations. So touching the ground, the earth is our witness, and we are witnesses to each other that this is a good moment to practice. Wherever we are right now in our hearts, in our minds, whatever's floating around in our heads, we could say right now, we're just going to notice ourselves and not judge. Whatever arises, arises, and whatever goes, goes. If we have a beautifully stretchy practice, it's a beautifully stretchy practice. And if we have kind of like a clunky one, it's a clunky one. It's all right. Either way, we're all here. So let's reach arms up into the air. Reach. Stretch, first stretch of the night. Exhale, bring hands down. Inhale. Look to your thumbs. Exhale. Bring them down and bring your shoulders down. So stretching as you come down, drawing the shoulders down, taking the head up as if you're being pulled. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Take your left hand to the side and just take right arm over and stretch gently, but at the same time find that goodness and just opening up the body. You can look to the hand. And bring the right hand down and left. And right. And left. And right. And left. Actually, that's my right. Left arm, right arm. All right, come back. Let's move the shoulders sideways a little bit, left and right. Little shimmying, right? Shimmy, shimmy, right? And let's begin to take the arms up in sort of goalpost goddess, fingers open, and twist, twist, twist. And smiling. Why are we smiling? Because we can right now. We could do that. And we're looking at each other and realizing that there's this little community of people who are deciding to move and groove and grind together as community. Squeeze as you turn one side to the other and sense the back. Make it so that it's not painful, but make it dynamic so that you could feel the blood rushing. And wiggle your fingers. Coming right back to center, arms up. Look to the thumbs. Bring hands together and forearms together. So let's just up and down, up and down. Shoulders engaging. Inhaling, exhaling. Just a little pumping. And now to the right. Diagonally. And now to the left. Trying to keep the elbows as close as you can. Finding your limitations as you squeeze. Notice around your lats. Notice those shoulders. Coming back to center, opening up. Wide, shoulder blades back. Extend the arms, thumbs down, thumbs up. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Take your hands behind you, interlock the fingers. Draw the shoulders down. Bring your chin slightly down. Take your head left and right a little bit. Take your head back and forth. So chin to the chest, head back. So a giant yes. Release. And let's now round the back. So notice the rounding of the back, the chin to the chest, collapsing in, expanding out, chest forward and head up. Collapsing in, expanding on the inhale, head back, shoulder blades back. Collapse in, rounding, inhaling, expanding. And we come back to center. So which one is better, the collapsing or the expansion, right? And today, as I was checking in with my students, we look at this emotion wheel, which I've used together and when we've done practice before. And so we were looking at all these emotions in this wheel and seeing like 3 words that kind of capture how we were feeling. And I explained that none of those emotions had a positive or a negative. They were just emotions, right? Whether it's anger, any of those emotions are just emotions, right? So any of the poses that we're doing, it's just a pose, right? So we don't have to say which one's good or which one's bad. It was just, they're both useful, right, at times. So let's go ahead and go on our knees. And if you have an extra mat to put under your knees, get it. So a little bit of extra matting for you. I'm going to get my little pad. You can't see it, but there's a lot of debris in the terrace. There's actually we're patching up all the holes and getting the terrace painted because it's a mess. But so it's in disarray. But you just get the image, right? It's pretty much like social media. You only get the little window. Anyway, side note. All right, getting yourself comfortable. Let's just move left and right over hips. Left and right over hips. Moving the body. Adding that movement. Left, and right. And then if you want to, you could take your hands a little bit forward and we're going to turn right, turn left. So there's a little bit of a side movement here. And bending that arm a little bit to get that side movement. Looking to one side, looking to the other. Coming back to center, leaning back towards heels, extending arms forward, and tent your fingers and keep your arms off the mat. So elbows are off the mat and stretch out. Bring your forehead to the mat and just feel that stretch in the back. And breathe. Drop your hands to the mat, so flat hands, and just roll your head left and right from temple to temple. Just feel the weight of your head on the mat and just roll and feel, just sense what is that doing to yourself, to the neck, to the head, and find your breath. And can we smile as we go left and right? Knowing that as we put that little smile on our face, we are massaging the nervous system as well, reminding ourselves to come back to connection, to integration, to wholeness, to belonging. Come back to center. You can wiggle your butt a little bit and stretch out the hands. And let's now lean forward and back. So leaning forward, so you could bring your hands in a little bit so that there's shoulders going over wrists and back, so that you could feel the shoulders continuing to engage, arms engaging as well. So back and forth, feeling the weight of the body as you go over your wrists. making it dynamic. So squeezing out the breath as you come down, inhaling as you go up. Coming back to the heels. Let's walk hands back. Sit on our heels, sit up, shoulder blades back. And just gently roll over your ankles left and right. Little rolls. You can lean back a little bit and feel the quads also stretch a little bit more. Make sure your knees don't hurt. And we come forward. From here, let's go back to leaning forward, and this time we're gonna do a baby chaturanga or baby yoga push-up. So coming down and up. Back into your child's pose. So coming down, baby push up, down, back up on your heels. Down, push up, back on the heels. Find your breath. See if you could point the elbows back. That all depends on shoulders and elbows, all sorts of things, right? So see what could work for you. Hugging the elbows in and back. I hear lots of cracking in my body. The beauty of living, right? And we come back into that tabletop. Good. All right. So from here, let's go into a down dog. All right. So let's take our down dog and bend the knees so that you could push back away from your hands. Bring your chin to your chest. Your butt is up in the air. And you can move around a bit. And let's take a moment and pedal our feet. So walking our dog. Nice. Okay. From here, take your left foot in a little bit and take right leg up. Right leg up. And we're gonna take knee to the front. Okay, to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and hold. From here, take leg to the right. So pump entire leg so the hip is opening to the right. Come back up. Take knee again to center, and this time take right foot to the left side. All right, so we're doing just a side leg to the side, and take your left foot down and drop down. So now you have your right leg to the left side, left leg back, right? And we go on our forearms. From here, just look a little bit to the left first, and then turn to your right and look over that right shoulder. And just hold. We're gonna hold for 5 breaths. Keep looking over that shoulder, twisting. Bring hands back down on the mat and lift off. Adjust. Take that leg up again. And take right knee forward and walk your foot towards the right hand. We're in a runner's pose, or sort of a lunge, right? So keeping that back leg straight, just feel the weight of the body and opening up that left hip flexor, right? So from here, bring your foot in a little bit, the back foot in a little bit, drop your heel and lift your right toes up, going on your heel. So pressing down now and lifting up heel. Pressing down, lifting up heel. Pressing down, lifting up. Pressing down, lifting up. One more, down, up, and we're gonna turn to the left. So turning to the left, we're now in a wide stance, right? From here, come up halfway, exhale, fold in. You get to see my butt. Come up halfway, lifting off, exhale in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hold, lean forward, feel the blood rushing to your head. Nice. Look at the world upside down. I get to see you guys upside down. All right, and then now we're gonna come up. And as we come up, bend your knees, and you could bring your feet in a little bit. So you could take a goddess pose, all right? So taking a nice squat, find your goddess, whichever goddess you wanna sort of connect with. Take goalposts, arms, and feel those hips. Just hold. And so we're gonna go inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Take the shoulder blades back. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Bringing hands to ears, we go left and right. 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 Let's bring left elbow to the left knee. Reach right arm diagonally and bring it down. Inhale up, reach it back. 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 Come back into your goddess. And right arm to the knee. Inhale diagonally up, bring it back. Left arm up diagonally, bring it back. Inhale up, bring it back. Inhale up, bring it back. Inhale up, bring it back. Back into your goddess. Come up. Sense the body, right? Good. And we fold forward. Again, take your wide stance. Come up, come down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Lean now to the right, and then lean to the left. Lean to the right and take your heel up. So left heel up, and your right heel is up too. So your left heel is down, your toes are up, sorry, and the right heel is up, and we switch it to the left. Switch it to the right and to the left. Back and forth. Be on your fingertips so that you could lift off your chest. Long back. One more. Come back to center, and we come up and we just flip it so that we're now looking now to the back of our mats where we were starting before. So now we're back into a triangle prep pose, and we're just going to go drop into our runner's pose or our lunge, right? Bringing hands to the ground, right? And from here, we're going to go heel up and down. Heel up, toes up. I keep getting the heels and the toes wrong. Toes up, toes down. Toes up, toes down. Toes up, toes down. Toes up, toes down. Good. Sense that that body there. Good. And take the heel up, hands on the ground. All right. And so we're going to take left foot back and up into a down dog, three-legged down dog. Knee to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold. Now left knee goes to the left side, so a little pump. Making those arms strong. Coming back to center, leg up, knee to center again, to chest, and take that left foot back, drop down. So we're gonna take sort of like a twisted sphinx, right? So left leg to the right side, right leg back, and we go on our forearms. And as we go on our forearms, we turn to the left. Allow the breath to slow down and your heart rate to come down a bit. Feeling the squeeze. Bring your hands to the mat, and let's get ready to come up on a down dog. See how we could do this. Lifting off and coming into our down dog. And reaching up and stepping it forward. All right, so as we step it forward, we're gonna come back up. And just take a moment to situate yourself. Right? We take our goalposts, and actually let's take our bow. So we're going to take our big wide stance and fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale. exhale, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, coming up and bending our knees, coming into that goddess pose, shoulder blades back, right? Shoulder blades back, taking as wide a stance, but letting your knees not suffer. So watch your knees and lifting chest so that you have a straight back, right? So inhaling, arms up, exhaling down, inhaling up, stretch, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Right arm to the side, to the forearm to the right, reach, left arm, and now let's just make it dynamic. Find your breath. Coming back to center, back into our goddess, and we release and allow ourselves a little break. You might be sweating a little bit, right? Maybe. In Miami, definitely. All right, from here, let's do our side movement. So we start maybe a little bit slow, and then we go left and right. And so hands to the ground, toes up, and onto the other side. So turn now to the right towards your right foot. Step it forward and take that lunge again. So we're back to where we started. Take our hands on the mat and let's take our feet back. We're in a plank. Let's just hold for a moment. All right. So if you need to hold plank with your knees down, go for it. If not, just hold. Turn to your left, come up into a side plank, and reach that right arm up. Bring right hand down and turn to the right. Reach left arm up. Bring hand down and push back into a down dog. Adjust your dog, bend your knees, bring your chin to your chest, and now straighten out your legs. Draw your heels towards the outside. And let's breathe here. Looking to your hands, take your right foot forward. Drop your left knee down. Good. All right. So from here, take your right hand to the right knee and turn to the right. See if you could now bring that knee, that foot up, and I'm putting a little bit of more cushioning on my knee so I could lift. All right, so I'm lifting and I'm gonna So you could do it just like it is right there, and just lift, and you're going to feel sensation all around your hips and your quad. Take your right foot out a little bit more to the side, and take right hand and grab left foot. Look over that right shoulder. You could let that right knee go out to the side, opening up the hip, twisting, and also getting that stretch in the quad. Releasing, bringing hand back down, and taking that foot back. Let's take a moment and drop down into a child's pose. As you get to your child's pose, rock it left and right so that you go from temple to temple. From Kali to Durga. Relax, sense your body, sense the breath, sense the weight of your head on the mat. And we reach arms, hands forward, and tent the fingers. Again, noticing the back. Press hands down, lean forward, and let's do a couple of those baby chaturangas or baby yoga push-ups. So down and back to child's pose. Follow along on your breath, make it your own. Come back into your tabletop, tuck your toes, and lift off knees into your down dog. Take a little step forward. Look behind you, draw the belly in. Look to your hands, take that left foot forward. And drop that right knee. Place your left hand on your knee and take your left foot out a little bit to the side. Turn to the left. And go ahead and draw that right heel in. And if possible, grab that right foot with your left hand. And you could let that left knee drape to the left. Look over the left shoulder. And sense the body. And smile at yourself. Release, and let's go ahead and take that foot back. From here, let's sit back on our heels. Good, find your breath. Hope you guys are okay, you're good. All right, let's come up on our knees. Hopefully you have a little bit of padding under you, more padding than usual. And let's go ahead and take hands right by our waist and lean back. Chest forward or up, head back. Notice your throat. Come back to center. Now, you could do that again, or you could take your hands to your knees. So taking hands to the knees, chest up towards the ceiling, head back. Breathe. Come back to center and drop it down. Let's go ahead and go on our mats. Just sit, and we're just gonna take our legs back forward, straight. All right. If you have a little bit of padding, and that's useful if your hips are really tight, you could put it under you to get a little bit more elevation. It helps you with a straighter back, right? So that instead of rounding your back, you're lengthening the back, bringing your feet together, and let's just move back and forth, just hinging at the hips. So squeezing the air out when you go forward, opening up when you go back. Exhale, inhale. Keeping those toes pointed up. Just gentle movement, back and forth, rocking it forward and back as we were at the beginning. All right, back nice and long, reach forward, and wherever you reach, that's very good. And so, it doesn't matter where you're at, just reach. I like to grab my toes, it gives me leverage to pull in a little bit closer. I have no back pain, so this is okay, but this may not be okay for everybody. When you find that you go, okay, that's a good stretch, just drop your head down, relax your neck, and hold. Slowly come up and go into a seated position. Lean forward, take feet back, come into a plank, drop down, point toes, cobra, exhale, toes tucked in, down dog. Walk it forward a little bit, bend your knees, look to your hands, take a hop and sit. Extend your legs, bring right foot in to your groin, heel to the groin, and keep your back long. See if you could point those toes up. And you might need a little bit of support on your knees so that it's not too hard on your hips, depending on where you are in terms of the hips, right? So looking at those left toes, and then reaching, both hands reaching towards that foot, but you don't have to reach the foot. You could Reach your knee. Keep your back long so there's a bit of a twist as you look towards the fat toes, the fat toe. Find your breath. If you want to, you could hold the foot and bring yourself down depending on where you are in your flexibility, but you don't need to. Slowly coming up, cross that leg. Let's go ahead and lift off. So lifting butt up, coming down, leaning forward, and taking a hop back into a plank. Drop down, yoga push-up. This time let's come into an up dog. So weight of the body onto the tops of the feet. So you're off and the knees are off. If that's too much, do your cobra. Exhale, push back. Take your down dog, take a little walk. Push back, take your heels up. Look to your hands and hop and sit. Right leg forward, left heel in. Same way. Lengthen the back, point the toes up. And gently lean over that right leg. And just don't push, just allow yourself to lean over. Keep your back long. And if you're able to, you reach for the foot. If not, stay where you are. Slowly come up, fold that leg in, lift your butt up, so pressing on the hands, engaging the arms, coming down and leaning forward, taking a hop into your plank, drop down, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Look to your hands, take a hop, take a seat. And let's place our hands right on our knees, taking an easy seated pose for a moment. Take your right hand, and I'm just going to turn this way now. Take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you, turn. Left hand to right knee, turn to the other side. All right. Let's extend, let's bring, there we go. We're going to bring both feet to the side, right? Feet to the side, and take your left hand. So we're going feet to the left and holding the left hand to the ankle. Reach arm up, reach, and then pull in and out. Do that a couple times. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and take left foot to the right and back to the left. Right, left. See if you could swing it as much of a range of motion as possible. You could put your hands to the right side and just move that leg and sense that hip. Taking it back and now taking it all the way and crossing it and placing left foot to the side of your right quad. Coming down, seeing if you could stay in a balanced position. Take your right arm and hug and turn to the left. Keep the back long. And notice the body. So notice your glute, your back, your hips. Release, and we take feet now to the right side. Hold that right ankle with your arm, with your hand, and reach left arm to the right and back. 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 Good. Taking hands now towards the left, you could tent your fingers and foot goes back and swoop it forward. Swoop it back, swoop it forward. Do that a couple times. Sense everything that's moving. And on this last one, just step it to the outside of that left quad. Find your seated position, bringing that both glutes on the mat and that foot on the mat, right foot on the mat. Take your left hand, left arm and swoop into that knee, and you could take your right behind you and just turn to the right. Find your breath. Sense the body. Coming back to center and releasing now, coming into an easy seated pose. Let's just rock it left and right again. We're coming to the end of our session. I hope that you've warmed up, that you feel energy, that you feel a little stretchy, right? And that you're feeling good, just energetically good. Go forward and back, that rocking motion. Maybe a little bit less defragmented. Or less fragmented, more wholeness, just by noticing. Just by noticing. Coming back to center, find your back. So just the act of awareness and the act of noticing already shapes whatever it is that we're noticing. right? So it's a very powerful thing that awareness does that to whatever it is that we're taking our attention to. So whatever we touch, as Octavia Butler, the novelist, wrote, changes. And whatever touches us changes us, shapes us, right? And so this notion of change is a constant. That's the constant that we see all the time. But we can shape the change by awareness, not by muscular sort of like wrestling, because that doesn't work very well, but by playful awareness and playful sort of noticing how little kids do things. So today's session was really a playful one in the sense that I wasn't sure exactly where we were going to go. You may have noticed that. And so there's play involved, there's definite play involved. And I guess my invitation to all of us, right, is to keep playing, right? Keep finding play, and finding the funny part. Like today I did most of the session with my butt to your face, right? It's just like, oh, that's the way it worked out. So it's kind of funny, but it works, right? All right. So smiling at each other, doing this little bit of smile. Taking in some gratitude, right? So we've made it to the end of the day. We've made it to this Thursday right before Friday, so it's Friday Eve, and it's an amazing thing, right? And that we have relationships and there's love in our life. That's a beautiful thing. And so as we look at the screens, we come into that gratitude, into that fullness. And with that, let's go ahead and take our Shavasana. So we go into Shavasana tonight. Extend your legs out and move the body whichever way you like. Again, play. There's nothing serious about this. And lie back and take a moment to notice just how good it feels to be on the ground. How good it feels to be on your mat. How good it feels to be in the body and to have the bodies that we have and to have the lives that we have. So scan from the soles of the feet to the crown of your head, and as you come to your heart, just take some time to just notice your heart, notice heart center, and notice the space inside there. When you're ready, go ahead and start wiggling your toes and touching your fingertips. Deepening your breath, opening up your eyes. And reach back with your arms, stretch out the body, bring your toes, your feet together, and reach back and sense your back, the front of the body, the back of the body, and just whatever it is that you're feeling right now. When you're ready, you're just gonna turn to your side, taking your fetal position. So we go from corpse to fetus to sitting back up, reminding ourselves of the cycles of life, and that we have all these opportunities to become aware, to learn countless times. Take your free hand, push up. We come back to our seated position. Take a moment just to sense and to give yourself thanks. Hey, you took an hour and a bit to just move the body the way we did. And that's a really nice thing. That was a beautiful gift. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for reminding me to practice and for being here, for being who you are, all of you. You all hold a special place in my heart. Namaste, everybody.